Welcome to Project HQ, where your success in project management begins. Are you ready to master project management? Our professional Scrum Master training equips you with Agile expertise and hands-on Jira skills. Dive into real-world scenarios with us and step into the industry with confidence. Meet Toyin Papula, our expert Agile coach and PMP Pro. Experience hands-on training with essential tools and best practices. Now hear what our students have to say about their journey at Project HQ.
He always uses day-to-day activities and things that we do on a day-to-day basis to incorporate that into Prince 2.
He's got in-depth knowledge of project management methodologies and Scrum, and he's got excellent communication, presentation skills. The classes are very engaging and interactive.
Let's take a listen to our podcast, breaking down the key takeaways from a Scrum class.
All right, everybody. Welcome back for another deep dive with us. We like to get into the details on things, and today's no different. We're going to be talking about something I think a lot of people hear, but maybe don't really have a grasp on.
Definitely.
Scrum Artifacts.
Yes.
Right, so we're going to try to, maybe demystify some of that and really get down to the core of what Scrum Artifacts are and how they can actually be helpful to people.
Absolutely.
Using some training notes from Toyin Papula.
Yeah, he's got a great way of explaining things. I think it will really resonate with our audience.
So imagine you're building a product, right?
Yeah.
Could be anything. What are the things you need to make sure you're not just building something, but you're building the right thing?
It's got to be more than just an idea, right?
Right.
You need to be able to communicate that idea to a team. You need a way to break it down, track your progress, and ultimately deliver something that your users will love.
Which is easier said than done, I'd say.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's why we have these things called Scrum Artifacts.
Okay, so give us the quick rundown. What are we talking about when we say Scrum Artifacts?
Think of them as tools or blueprints. They're tangible things or representations of things that help guide the development process.
So they give you structure.
Structure, visibility, alignment. They make sure everyone is on the same page and working towards the same goal.
And Toyin uses a great analogy with the product backlog. He talks about it like a treasure map, leading you to the best possible version of your product. Could you break that down for us a little?
Sure. So the product backlog is basically a prioritized list of everything you want to include in your product. Everything. Features, improvements, bug fixes. It's a living document, constantly evolving as you learn more.
So it's not just like, you sit down one day and say, all right, this is what we're building, and then that's it.
No way. It's constantly being refined. As you get feedback, as the market changes, as you learn more about your users, you adjust the product backlog accordingly.
Okay, so we've got this big, comprehensive list of everything we might want in our product, right?
Yeah.
How do we actually start turning those wishes into reality?
That's where the Sprint Backlog comes in.
Okay.
So a sprint is a short, time-boxed period, usually 2 weeks, where the team focuses on completing a set amount of work.
And the Sprint Backlog is basically the to-do list for that sprint, right?
Exactly. The team takes items from the product backlog, breaks them down into smaller, more manageable tasks, and puts those tasks into the Sprint Backlog.
So it's kind of like going from that big treasure map to a detailed set of instructions for actually digging up the treasure.
Love that analogy.
Oh, thanks. But how do we keep the Sprint Backlog and the product backlog in sync? Because like you were saying, the product backlog is always changing.
Yeah, that's where refinement comes in. The team regularly reviews both backlogs, making sure that the Sprint Backlog still reflects the most important priorities from the product backlog.
So we're prioritizing. We're breaking things down into smaller tasks. We're making sure everything is aligned. It's starting to feel real.
Right.
But we need something tangible, right? Some actual evidence that we're making progress.
Absolutely. You need more than just checked boxes on a list. That's where the product increment comes in.
What now?
The product increment, it's the usable product or part of the product that's delivered at the end of each sprint.
So it's not just, okay, we finished these tasks. It's, we built this thing.
Right, exactly. And it has to be done, meaning it meets the definition of done.
Okay, stop right there. The definition of done. We need to talk about that because I think this is something a lot of people get tripped up on.
Oh, for sure. The definition of done, or DOD, is a shared understanding of what it means for something to be truly finished.
Because done can mean different things to different people.
Exactly. Does done mean the code is written, or does it also mean it's been tested, reviewed, and documented?
I can see how that could cause problems.
Huge problems. So The DoD eliminates ambiguity. It sets clear criteria for every task. No more guesswork, no more surprises.
Okay, so we've got our big picture vision in the product backlog, our actionable tasks in the sprint backlog, and we're delivering tangible value with each product increment. And we all know what done actually means, but how do we actually track our progress? How do we know if we're on track to meet our goals?
That's where the burn down chart comes in. It's a visual representation of the work remaining in a sprint.
So it's like a graph.
Exactly. You start with the total amount of work, and as you complete tasks, the line on the graph goes down or burns down.
Yeah.
It helps you quickly see if you're on pace to finish everything in the sprint.
So all of these artifacts, the product backlog, the sprint backlog, the product increment, the definition of done, the burn down chart, they all work together to create a really clear, transparent, and efficient system for developing products.
Absolutely. And the beauty of it is these concepts aren't limited to software development. You can apply them to any project, any team, even your personal life. Think about planning a vacation. You could have a product backlog of all the places you want to visit, a sprint backlog for booking flights and hotels, and a product increment of enjoying that first amazing day in a new city.
Wow, I never thought of it that way.
It's all about breaking things down, prioritizing, and constantly adapting based on new information and feedback.
So as you go about your day-to-day, think about where you could apply these concepts. Could you create a definition of done for cleaning your house, tackling a big work project, or even achieving a personal goal?
The possibilities are endless.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Scrum Artifacts. We hope you've learned something new and maybe even found some inspiration to apply these concepts in your own life.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time.
See you then.
For more information, contact us at info@projecthq.live or call +474 158 79219. Visit our website, www.projecthq.live. Join Project HQ today, and let's begin your path to project management excellence.